how would you describe your sound world?
My sound world, I'd like to think, is varied but is accessible, and I hope I bring through the electricity and the excitement of parts of some of the texts that I'm setting, but also the solemnity and the calm in other points of the music. And there are times when the organ builds the tension, and builds to a climax, and the choir all join together. But I use varied effects. For instance, all the voices moving independently, singing their own versions of the music at the same time, which helps escalate towards the climax. Or
So that's really interesting you say that, because that was one of the things I was going to come back to. That particular effect, what are you aiming for when you use that?
So with the first piece I use it on the disc is in True Light, which sets John 1. In the beginning was the Word, this very, very important biblical text. And for this, we have two choirs. One choir is singing long sustained notes, and the other choir is very, very quickly repeating the text. And for that, I'm almost imagining that we have the unity of everyone of the one choir singing at the same time these long notes, but also the individuality of the voices being able to interpret the speed and repeat the text in their own time and in their own choosing. So you have the combination of the unity of the one choir with the individuality, hopefully bringing out the meaning of the text. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. And
Yeah,
so
I
that's
think, I
what
mean,
I
I think that works really well, I must say. And I think also it'd be very interesting to hear other choirs sing it and how different people, because obviously you're sort of more reliant than normal on people actually bringing their own imagination to what they want to say about the words, which I think is very powerful with that text. But I also like in True Light the soprano solo in the second movement, which brings this sort of, it's very poignant, really exquisite writing for the soprano. Not easy writing, but just the I wondered how you felt, where that came from, that soprano solo, and what that was particularly saying in that movement.
That's a really good point. So the second movement is much more introspective. The text I feel really changes from the sort of statements of the start of John 1 to this middle section. There was a man sent from God whose name was John, and it's almost like we're describing the personal journey and identity of John the Baptist in that section. So it's so much more intimate, and it's just introspective. I think is the word I come back to again.
Yeah, I mean, I found that bit of music incredibly moving, conducting it and just feeling the sound world. And I must say that, just coming back to something you said earlier, when we were performing these pieces, it was amazing how the audience were drawn into the music and drawn into your world. And I think that that's something that I really hope that people, when they hear the CD, will get that same sense that you listen to it, and it's music that grows with each listening. And I think that that's a really, really important thing about particularly new music, obviously, because you want people not to just like encounter it once and then bin it, but actually want to come back to it. And I think that this happens a lot with this music. It's, you want to just listen to it again and again.